This was the craziest thing that they ever allowed in competitive Overwatch. That was a 3K by Reaper getting nanoed and sped boost back in Beyblade meta, but I think we're getting a little bit too far ahead of ourselves. You see, the linchpin of all of this was undoubtedly Ana, and Ana very quickly started to make splashes around her release July 19th, 2016 as the first hero that was ever added to Overwatch. Now, fans loved Ana as a character that both had proactive abilities, the ability to do damage, and had a very high skill ceiling. Honestly, I think Ana is one of the best designed characters ever, and fans still love her as one of the most popular characters till this day. That being said though, on release, Ana was crazy broken. 80 damage per shot, which is more than the 75 damage now, recently buffed, a 5-second anti with a 4-meter range, and while some of the things were worse, like a smaller rate of fire and less ammo that eventually did get buffed, the most important ability was Nano, and Nano didn't auto heal like it does today, where it gives a giant chunk of healing, but Nano gave something much more valuable that actually dictated the meta of Overwatch for a very long time, and that was speed boost. As you saw an example at the start of this video, speed boost was something that automatically was given to any target that you nanoed, and you could combine it directly with Lucio speed to create a freaking Sonic the Hedgehog type character that moved at the speed of sound. It was ridiculous, and this was really broken and meta defining with two characters in particular, Rein and Reaper. Now, Rein Rush was just the most powerful thing that you could do in ranked, because Reinhardt, especially when he gets nanoed, one of his weaknesses is the fact that he could never get close to a target. Remember, this was pre-Rein pin as well, so there was no way to really bridge the gap. You got booped away, good luck, and most of the time, enemies could just run away from you. But when you got nanoed and you went in, and you went in a lot quicker, you could catch up to people and just kill them. And oftentimes in ranked, a nanoed Rein would just wipe the enemy team. You would build up a shatter, and then the next fight you would win with shatter, and it was amazingly powerful. And Rein Rush was one of the best things to be doing in ranked consistently, and even in pro play, Rein Rush or Rein's got nanoed quite a bit. But that wasn't the most meta defining thing, and you got a sneak peek of what actually defined the pro meta and ranked meta at the high levels alike for a while until this was ultimately removed. Specifically, the Beyblade meta just completely destroyed the entire game for a while. Basically, the entire game was warped around it, and it went like this. You got a Reaper, you gave the Reaper your nano, right? So it increased his speed. He got Lucio's sped boost, goes in and ults, and gets a Zarya bubble. Remember, there's two tanks. You could play a Rein, a Zarya, go in with your Reaper. Everyone gets sped in, but the Reaper gets the bubble, and guess what? He kills everybody. Like, literally everybody. You saw the clip in the start. We're going to try to show footage throughout this entire video of just how fast Reaper can go. You go with the speed of sound, and you kill everything in your path. Even if they try to ult or like beat in response, they'll die before they hit the ground. This was incredibly powerful, and it was played in the pro meta, it was played in high rank. I mean, it just kind of took over the game, and this is what people say when they say Beyblade meta. It really was all centering around Ana and the fact that characters that traditionally don't have a way to get in, characters that can't bridge the gap, Nano enabled that, and then speed boost enabled that as well, and it kind of all came together to create this like monstrosity that really took over the meta. Now, as of November 15th, 2016, this ability got changed fundamentally and no longer increased movement speed of any character it was targeting. This seems like not a huge change, but this change literally just shifted the entire meta. No longer was nanoing a Rein viable, no longer was Reaper viable. This change just completely removed all of that because it all centered around the speed that was no longer given. That being said, a lot of people realize the power of giving a DPS character that nano to enable their play and combining it with other ults. So the idea is that now you give the nano to a character that has a lot of movement abilities themselves and doesn't need the speed to get in and go after the enemy team. And dive was also very popular around this time, so you can kind of get the picture of what happened. Nano Blade became very popular, and Genji Nanoblade was very popular all the way up until Brig release that basically all but killed dive. But that's a story for another day. But it really makes you think how just a small change like that, or a seemingly small change, can actually have a much bigger effect on what characters are played and the meta at large. And Beyblade meta was definitely really fun and interesting. Although today, I would imagine that people would just get tilted as opposed to back then where people were just kind of in awe by just the sheer lethality of the combo. But definitely let me know, you tell me, what is your favorite meta of all time in Overwatch? And what video on Overwatch history do you want me to break down next? Thank you for coming by. Smash that subscribe, and I'll see you next time.